welcome to the tour of the galaxy. We are in Odyssey, Elite Dangerous Odyssey. We are currently in the Sagittarius-Carina arm of the galaxy, and we are looking for life. Let's show you where we are on the galaxy map. Right, so we are somewhere between here and... Oh, no we're not. We're somewhere between here and here. In the Sagittarius-Carina arm of the galaxy, we are making our way around to Beagle Point, which is the furthest point in the galaxy from Sol, which is down here. And we are following the spiral arms of the galaxy around. So once we get, we've already done this spiral arm, spiraling into the center of the galaxy. Now doing this spiral arm, spiraling back out to the far side. When we get there, we'll be moving over to the tip of this spiral arm and do the same again, back into the center, and around here again, back to the outside. And from there, we'll make our way back to the bubble. Right, okay, the game is loaded. I can't remember where I left it, so let's see what happens when we get into the game. Let's just do a quick sound check. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Right, so we are on a planet with 5 biological life forms. I can't remember how far through this planet we were. I seem to remember I hadn't finished it. I was looking for... Yeah, I do remember now. I've scanned 2 of the life forms, which was Conkers and something else, and had another one. Conkers and Tussock I've done. Yeah, then I was searching for capacity exceeded. Searching for fungoids in this location. I didn't manage to find any. On this planet, the fungoids are all existing in high concentrations at the tops of mountains and places where I can't land, which is making it really hard. Landing gear retracted. There's also osseous on this planet, which I haven't looked for yet. So I think I'm going to give up on fungoids because I've had 2 attempts landing trying to find those. Let's have a quick attempt at osseous before we go on to the next system. Right, so fungoids on this planet, I was expecting them to be the type that look like large enoki mushrooms. Osseous they're normally pretty big, and they look more like a different type of mushroom, which names I can't. A little bit like oyster mushrooms, if you know what oyster mushrooms look like, but about 1,000,000 times bigger. Probably not 1,000,000, 1,000 times bigger. Right. So this is the planet. Are we on the dark side? We are not on the dark side. Just switch the view. So we've got bacteria everywhere. Right, Fonticulia. That must be what fungoids. That's what I was looking for. Osseous. So I must have found the Tussock and Fonticulia. Right, so let's go for the osseous now. Right, so what we're looking for is an area in the blue of... no point in looking in there because that won't give us solid turquoise, which there's a very small area down there of solid turquoise. I'm hoping to find a large area because, again, these are quite hard to find. Right, so I think that there is probably the largest. Oh, there's a whole section over there. So we can only actually view the heat map of the plants when we're in orbit. As soon as we drop out of cruise, or we can see it when we're in glide, but as soon as we drop out of glide, that disappears. So you have to pick a target while you're quite high up, and then just keep pointing at it until you get to the ground. Now, Osseous normally likes to grow in flat regions with rocks in them. It never grows where it's totally flat. There always has to be some rocks, but I've never seen it in mountains or high up. So let's see what we can find down here. So the middle of that circle in front of us there, that seems to be where the largest hotspot of them are. Right, so I can normally see these from the ship. Again, it wasn't a very convincing turquoise area. What do we have there? Is that something? Is that a rock? I think that's just a rock. Let's turn on night vision. Sometimes that highlights things a little bit better. I normally need to be around 100 meters from the ground to be able to see them. Right, so all the darker bits, that is where I'd expect to see them. So there's normally sort of a bluey colour. I mean, there are a number of different types of Osseous. There's Osseous discs, which I haven't seen. Oh, what's that over there? There's something blue over there. I believe we've found... looks like an Osseous disc, actually. Right, let's land.
Landing gear deployed.
So we can land here.
Drive assist on. Low gravity warning.
That is an Osseous disc of a type I have not seen before. So something new. That's always good. And that'll be worth a
Drive
screenshot.
assist off.
I have seen photos of these. I think a few photos of these have won prizes in the Stellar Screenshots. Yeah, that's... Are these translucent? Can't really tell from there. Alright, I am going to take a screenshot through from the other side. So, oh, I forgot to see what type it was. Right, so let's go to the camera suite. So I'm trying to get my face in one hole and the whole of that other one in another hole. That'll do. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more on that. Yeah. Right, I wonder what that will look like with a bit of motion, blur. Right, trying to get the background in focus. Alright, and my face is in focus there. Right, yeah, I think that is a little bit better. Right. Let's save that as a screenshot. Right, the tricky bit is we've got to go and find 2 more of those now. Need to know the name of the planet. Right, actually, that's the second thing on this planet I've found that's new. The other found a kind of tussock or grass that was not found before. Right, so are we going to fly around or drive around to find more of these?
Drive assist on.
have a little bit of a fly around, because again, generally speaking, they are quite far apart and they can be seen while flying. Yeah, so that's good. All right, let's go and hover around a bit.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
See if we can find a couple more of those. We have to go at least 800 meters. So the fact there was a second one behind there, we couldn't scan that, it was too close. That could be one there. Is that the back of one there? Yeah, that's one there. Two, in fact. I think that is probably about 800 meters. Find somewhere to land. As we're going to fly around looking for them, there's no point in getting the SRV out, it's just a short run. Although not quite as short as it looked. Right, so I didn't actually get the name of them last time. Let's get a log of the name this time. Right, so it is called Osseous pumice green. Pumice. Right, so I haven't found any of those before. Yeah, so the other osseous discs I found were, they had the holes in like these, but they grew out of the ground. They didn't have the stalk, so the discs just sort of stuck out of the ground as a separate thing. It wasn't like a tree type thing. Right, I can't see any more from that. So we'll go back to the ship. Oh, that's quite a hard landing. What's the G on this planet? 0.25.
Vital signs stabilized.
Should probably need to keep an eye on how many med packs and energy cells I have. You can't buy them from the fleet carriers, and it's going to be, this is the longest leg of the tour without seeing a space station, so I'm going to have to do It's 1.5 spiral arms between space stations, pretty much. Plus those spiral arms have got about a quarter of the length of the galaxy between the tips. So yeah, it's quite a long way to go without stopping. I can't remember how. It's been such a long time since I've tried this. Go to the inventory, see what my inventory is like. That was it. Storage. That was it. Storage. All right. So e-breaches 99, energy cells 91, medkits 94. So yeah, well, 100's the limit. So still pretty well stocked up on those. Right. Let's take off. Have a look. See if we can find a couple more.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
Actually, well, before I do that, let me. Yeah, finish saving. Oh, I've got somebody viewing. Welcome to the stream. You're joining me on the tour of the galaxy. I am currently flying around looking for Osseous, which are those green discs you just saw if you've been watching for a while. This is the first time I have seen that particular species of Osseous, so that's another one on the list. And we're looking for them. They're normally on these rocky areas around mountain tops, or not mountain tops, but on flatter areas. But we don't want to be much more than 100 meters altitude. So I need to scan 3 different samples, and they have to be at least 800 meters apart. So get a little bit lower. Again, it doesn't look like it's going to be that easy to land around here, even if I do find something. Those mountains in the back look a little bit green. I don't think they've done it yet, but I know there's an update coming next week where the planet's light on the planet is going to take a little bit more influence of the colour of the star. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what difference that makes on the planet. Hopefully it won't be another deduction to the frame rate. I thought I saw one there, but it was just a rock. Right, so yeah, and the rocky bits is where we're looking. I've not found Osseous. Oh, there's one over there.
Landing gear retracted.
Oh, already got landing gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
Perfect landing. Right, let's go and scan that one. Some of the plants are translucent, and if you look at them from the back, they pick up light coming through them. So it's like maybe these sort of holes around the edges that aren't quite holes yet. They may be a little bit blue, picking up light from the sun or from the light going through them. Anyway, that was that sample completed. I think I'm going to give up on fungoids on this planet because I haven't. Well, I've landed in 2 locations looking for them, and I haven't seen them at all. And I'm not seeing any sign of bacteria, so I'm not going to spend ages looking for bacteria. Yeah, so that's. I think that's this system done. I don't think I had anything else to do in this system. I think there was a water world which I've already scanned.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
So let's head off to orbit.
Retracted. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Go to the galaxy map, plot the route to the next system. I plotted a route last time we were here, so I think it was a route to the next space station. I can't remember if picking anything else on the way. But we'll have one last look at the system map, just to make sure there's nothing else in the system to visit. Yeah, so there was this ammonia world here, which I've already scanned, and this world, and there are no other planets with atmospheres that we can land on. So off to the next system. Yeah, so if you just want to put something in chat to say, ask a question about Elite or anything else. So if you're an Elite player, I know to give you a little bit less of the basic information. Also, if you want to learn more about the tour of the galaxy, click on the About section in Twitch. That will lead you to the galaxy map and show you where we're actually going. I'll just put the galaxy map on screen here while we jump to this system. Yeah, so this is the map of the galaxy. We are currently around about here. Earth is over here. If you click on any one of these dots, it will bring up screenshots. So this is the type of fungus I was looking for but didn't find. If I click on this one here, there's a few darker screenshots in there. And again, that's what I was expecting to find. And this shot is a shot that got me on stellar screenshots. So that was a pod. There's quite a few of those in this sector of the galaxy as well. And you can also link to the YouTube channel and the Twitch and Twitter on those. And there's some information on here as well about the tour of the galaxy and the ship that we're in and the commander and things like that. Right, okay, back to the game. Right, so I'm going to scan the system and go and refuel. I've just arrived in the new star and stopped. So we have 23 bodies. There's a good chance that one of those will be of the type we're looking for. There's something there straight away. I'm not sure what that is. Notable stellar phenomenon, very close to the star. So that is something we definitely want to go and have a look at. Yeah, there's a lot of notable stellar phenomenon in this sector of the galaxy. In fact, I've found more notable stellar phenomenon in this sector of the galaxy and the last sector than the whole of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, than the previous 16 sectors combined. So when we get to within 1,000,000 meters, we'll be able to drop out of Super Cruise. Right, here we are. So more of the trees, got pods in there as well. Oh, I think we might have some spiky boys. Or is that just one of a different colour? No, I think that's just one of a different colour. Yeah, got some pods over there too. Right, I had an idea for a screenshot, which I shall try and do at this location. It requires some of these things and a star to be close by. Let's go and scan one first. So we have to get quite close to these things to scan them. So yeah, it looks like 1 kilometre. So at the end of each one of the arms on there, you can see a pod. That far arm there has lost its pod, and the pods fly off, and they cluster together, presumably to form new ones. So there's a bunch of pods over there. Right. So let's go and scan a pod, and then I'll start looking for the screenshot. So yeah, these are the same kind of pods that were in the screenshot that got me on stellar screenshots. Right, so what I'm looking for now is 2 two of those spiky things relatively close to each other, and ooh, the sun is a little bit bigger than I expected it to be, or a bit closer to it. Right, so that means they're going to need to be a little bit further apart than I was hoping. There was a nice solar flare going off there. Right, so these, that one there and that one there are possibly going to be roughly the right distance apart. Maybe not. How about those two? So if I go a bit closer to them, they'll look further apart. Right, so this is beginning to shape up now. Right, so to the camera suite. Right, what I was aiming for was a smiley acid face using two of the spiky boys and the sun and the ship to be the mouth. So let's send the ship off. Now, can we go a little bit? Let's go a little bit closer. Get. All right, I'm still linked to the ship. It's a bit harder controlling the ship when it's... Alright, that's probably too far away. Right, let's go a little bit closer. Alright. I think think we're almost there. Right, zoom it out a little bit. Now, can we? I think that's right. Move the camera up a little bit. Get those eyes about right. Right. I don't want to lose the ship. I'll never find it again. Why is the ship trying to... It's got a slight backwards boost on it. Alright, okay. Just got to center that up now. Right, a screenshot. Right, I hope that's good because I've got to come out of the camera suite to check it. Right, I've got 4 people now. Yeah, so we're just taking a screenshot. This is going to be my next entry, or my next entry to Stellar Screenshots. Had the idea. I did a very similar shot to this the other day with loads of the trees in there. I thought, yeah, let's try and make a smiley face out of it. And we want the name of the system. Right, yes. I was hoping the other file is coming up right. So the name of the system. Actually, that's not the name of the system, is it? That's the name of the system I was in before. Alright, system map. So I haven't actually looked at the system yet. So we've got, it looks like there are 2 notable stellar phenomena in this system. So we will scan the whole system. But first I want to get the name of that planet, or the system we're in. Alright, there we go. Right, okay, so let's go back into Super Cruise now, and we shall scan the whole system, because we know there are there is at least 2 notable stellar phenomena here.
Cannot comply.
Still trying to find a Lagrange cloud.
Cannot comply.
With lightning in. I may have found one the other day, But I saw a few flashes out of the corner of my eye, but I didn't actually see any strikes of lightning.
3, 2, 1, engage.
If anybody watched the Elite Dangerous official stream on Thursday, they were doing a Galaxy Tour 2 with the advantage of being able to jump to any system they want instantly. So yeah, they went. I think they went to one of the places they went had the Grange Clouds. They went to Betelgeuse, which, if you've not been to Betelgeuse, is an absolutely massive star. When I was there, I was trying to land on one of the planets, and the star is so big that the planets are more or less inside the atmosphere of the planet. So trying to land on them was what's happening here. Right, so I've got 2 geological activity there. That seems like the background's moving. Well, that is strange. So there's still something there to scan. Yep, geological activity. So what we're hoping for is biological. So none there. So the features we're looking for, the features are none on that one, none on that one. Right. So we've still got quite a lot of planets to scan. So there's a few gas giants, probably 2 more gas giants. Most of those will have moons around them. Geology. A lot of geology in this system. Nothing there. Another gas giant. So still 1 more gas giant to go, at least. Geology again. Geology. And geology. So they've all got 2 geology. So another. These 2 gas giants are close to each other, possibly hitting each other. I think there.
System scan complete.
Right, okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything else in this system to go and look at, except possibly the other notable stellar phenomenon. Yeah, so none of the planets have atmospheres. Right, let's go and right, so that's one we just visited. Let's go and look at the other one. That's not going to be quite so close to the star. Right, I've still got night vision on. Let's turn that off. Yeah, so it's only 300 light seconds away. That's probably take about a minute to get there. Yeah, it doesn't take long when you're travelling at sort of up to 10 times the speed of light. At least that's probably what we get up to before we start slowing down. So yeah, we're at 13, 15 C now. So yeah, so we start slowing down when we get to 7 seconds away. Yeah, if you back off on the throttle down to 75% when you get to 7 seconds away, that means you won't overshoot the planet when you get there. Right, so within a light second now, when we get to 0.3 light seconds, it will change to oh no, yeah, 0.3 light seconds, it will change to megameters. Or 0.1 light seconds, it will change to megameters. There we go. That's megameters. When it gets down to 1 megameter, we'll be able to drop out, or earlier. If the item you're dropping out at is nowhere near another planet, you can drop out earlier. So again, we have a cloud here. It's the same type of things in the notable stellar phenomenon, which is normally expected in the same system. I have been in systems in the past where you've had different notable stellar phenomenon in different areas of the system. But we'll just go and scan a couple and move off to the next system. So you notice these, there are some with 4 arms and some with 8 arms. I'm not sure if they're precisely the same species. I don't seem to get any extra points for scanning both. But let's scan these pods here, and then we'll scan the 4 arm one. They also come in different colours. Turn my lights on. Yeah, sometimes you get 2 different colours in the same location. Yeah, so these pods, they give off yellow, I'm going to call it pollen. I'll press the scan button, not the fire button. Sometimes if you give them a little bit of a nudge, they'll give off pollen at one end and a sort of burst of gas at the other end. Let's just give it a poke. No, these ones don't want to play. Right, let's go and scan one with 3 arms and one with, one with 4 arms and one with 8 arms. So it looks like that one's possibly closer. So these are virid. So that would be the particular species. Penduncial trees. No new traits on those. Are these precisely? These are a different species. So these are rumbellum penduncial trees. And no new traits on there either. Right, okay, that's this system done. Now I need to plot a route to the next system. Put away the scanners and the supercruise.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, so this is the second tour of the galaxy I've done. The last tour I visited, this was just after the codex and the new scanning system was introduced. And I went around and I went to every sector of the galaxy looking for notable stellar phenomenon like we've just seen, or life on the planet. But that time I only stopped, I was only stopping in one planet per sector of the galaxy. This time I'm travelling the full length of each sector of the galaxy, following this spiral arms. And we're stopping on, or we're basically looking for life on the planets to get the xenobiology rating up. We'll have a look when I'm in the next sector. I can't remember what my current ranking is for xenobiology, but I suspect if I'd solved the data I'm currently carrying, I suspect I'd be pretty close to being elite.
System scan complete. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete.
So is there anything in this system? Nothing at all in this system. Right, so yeah, so for xenobiology I'm currently a cataloguer, which I think there's 2 ranks above that to get to elite. And to get to cataloguer I had to sell 145 plant species. I'm now up to, I've now got an additional 118 that I'm carrying with me, so I don't think I'm that far from elite. So hopefully I'll possibly, by the end of this tour, I may be 2-star elite in that. And I'm also ranking up on the Explorer Elite, so yeah, I got to Elite rank 2 already. I'm pretty sure I'll get that to 5 by the end of the tour. Right, so let's head off to the next system.
Frameshift drive charging.
I can't remember what I plotted as my destination. I'm not sure if it's a fleet carrier or a it might have been a particular plant species that I'd found on the map that I hadn't scanned previously. So I've so far scanned 108 different varieties of plants. A lot of those are the same plant but just in different colours.
Fuel scoping.
But that last planet I found 2 totally new species. A new species of tussock and a new species of osseous, or the last planet we stopped at, which was at the beginning of this stream. So nothing in this system. We are mainly looking for Earth-like worlds, ammonia worlds and water worlds, which appear in this range on the thing, and we'll also go to notable stellar phenomenon, which will appear down here. But yeah, there's nothing in this system.
Frameshift drive charging.
There could be life in that system, but yeah, I'm going to be traveling to, I think it was something like several thousand systems on the tour of the galaxy. I can't remember what the total number of systems I reckoned it was, but yeah, I've not got time to stop and scan every system on the way. So yeah, so I reckon the whole tour would be 11,000 systems. It takes about 45 minutes to enter a system, scan it on to enter a system and leave. It takes just over a minute to enter it, scan it and leave. But we have another concentrated signal source, which is either a fleet carrier or notable stellar phenomenon. So let's scan this system. Am I far enough from the sun to be okay? Yeah, we're not overheating. Right, so just double check there was nothing on there. Yeah, nothing on there. There's something else around that one. Yeah, there is. Yeah, so far, there's one of the notable stellar phenomena. So far, I think I've probably found more life on the moons than I have on planets. Not sure if that's because there are more moons than planets, but geology 3. Got a couple of moons here. Geology 2. Geology 2. Geology 2. And nothing. So let's go to the next gas giant. Nothing on that one. Nothing again. Nothing there. Nothing there. Oh, first time chat from a viewer. So that's Ash Adamtil. Right, no, I don't particularly want to be famous. Yeah, no, I don't want to buy followers. Right, that is that planet. Done. Right, so again, just geology. Geology is good if you're after minerals. At geology sites, you often find minerals attached to vents and things. So it looks like there's just one planet left. Right, so there are no water worlds here. I didn't see anything with life on it, so again, we'll just go and have a look at the notable stellar phenomenon. I'm just checking something. Right, so those have atmospheres. The rest you can land on. Those have atmospheres, but none of them have atmospheres and are landable. Right, let's just lock that as a system with notable stellar phenomenon in it. Right, let's go and visit one of them. That's not what we want there. We want that. Right, so that's 1,000 1,000 light seconds away from the star, so again it'll be a couple of minutes to get to. It doesn't look like it is in the vicinity of any planets, so it's going to be quite dark, and there's probably not going to be any good screenshots from that location. Right, I wondered what happened with this planet here, because it showed the ring behind the planet, but it was just the planet hadn't fully rendered. Yeah, so it's not showing where we are or heading to on there, so it's just got the star selected, which means the notable stellar phenomenon is nowhere near a planet, which we can also see from the radar in front of us. So yeah, it's a good distance away from a planet. Get some nice ones where the notable stellar phenomenon is in the rings of a gas giant. Sometimes they're in asteroid belts as well, or near asteroid belts, but this one is just in the middle of nowhere. Right, so the letters under the thing in the middle of the screen, or the numbers under the thing in the middle of the screen, the top number is the distance in light seconds, and the number below that is how long it would take us to get there if we weren't decelerating. So if we were going at our current speed, we'd be there in 6 seconds, but we'd also be there doing our current speed. So you want to be a bit slower than that when you get there. Otherwise, stopping might be a bit tricky. So we have a cloud again, the same type of notable stellar phenomenon, the pundonal trees. Yeah. Also, last time I did a tour of the galaxy, I did all the screenshots from the cockpit of the ship. This time I'm using the camera suite for everything. I don't think I've done any yet from either the avatar's point of view or none of them have been from the standard camera view. Right, there's a pod there. Let's go and scan that. Actually, that one's a little bit closer. Wonder if he's got a little bit more life. Right, I'm not seeing any of the yellow. Oh, it's just there we go. That's some yellow pollen, just squirted out the front, and a little bit of gas out the back. Right, these all seem to have 8 arms or trunks. Right, no new traits there. Right, I'm going to head off to the next system now. I can only see one colour. Although I have got, yeah, they're all the red. These are the red ones. You do get blue ones as well.
Cannot comply. Frameshift drive charging.
Right, off to the next system. How many jumps is it till we get where we're going? 22 jumps. Right, so 22 jumps is about just under half an hour. if we don't find anything on the way. And we started on the planet at the beginning of this stream, and so far we've found, I think we found three planets or 3 systems with notable stellar phenomenon in them. Not found any planets yet with life on.
Fuel scoping.
So 24 bodies in this system.
Fuel scoping complete.
So let's see what we've got. Right, so we have a gas giant, some rocky worlds, but no Earth-like water worlds or ammonia worlds, and no notable stellar phenomenon.
Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scoping.
Right, so 22 bodies.
Fuel scoping complete.
Yeah, that's asteroid clusters there, and yeah, nothing that we're interested in.
Frameshift drive charging.
So basically the scale there is size of the planet, with the very far left being small objects and the very far right being gas giants. But I don't think I've ever seen anything at the very far right. Yeah, but the small objects tend to be things like
Fuel scoping.
unidentified signal sources. Then the next thing up, I think, are probably
Fuel scoping complete.
ships and Fargoids. And then you get the notable stellar phenomenon, and then it's asteroid clusters, and after that it's all planets. Our fleet carriers are somewhere in there as well. Between I can't remember which side of notable stellar phenomenon they are. I think they're probably the smaller side.
Fuel scoping. Fuel scope disengaged.
Just got to go away and do something for a minute. I'll be back very soon. So please don't go away. Let me find my I'll be back screen. I can't remember which one it is. That's not it. That's the one. Right, okay, I'll be back in a minute. Right, okay, I'm back. Thanks for not going away. Right, so we don't have anything. Is that? I think that's a rocky. It's right on the edge between rocky and earth-like. Let's just have a search around, see if we can find that one. Right, so you can identify which one's which by looking at the pattern of the. So we see there we have the five chevron things in the form of a 5 on a dice, which corresponds to the 5 we have on the scanner at the bottom. So you can tell that that is the planet we're looking for, and that's just a rocky world, so we're not interested in that one. Right, so off to the next system.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let's see what we have here.
Fuel scoping.
12 bodies. Just to finish refueling.
Fuel
Right, have a
scope
look.
disengaged.
Yeah, nothing of interest there, so might as well get straight off to the next system.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, so if you're not an Elite Dangerous player, every time I arrive in a system, I have to refuel. The fuel gauge is
3, 2.
the one behind my avatar character there on the screen, and the blue area on that is the amount of fuel we're going to use for the next jump. I have the ability to do about 5 full range jumps without refueling, but I've chosen to only go to star systems where I can refuel.
Fuel scoping complete.
I've chosen that for 2 reasons. One, because they are more likely to support life than the smaller systems where you can't refuel, and the other one is I don't have to then concentrate on my fuel levels. I have gone a couple of times when I've got down to my
Frameshift drive charging.
very last jump and been almost out of fuel and nearly jumped to a system where I can't refuel. Yeah, it just means I can ignore
3,
the fuel gauge.
1. Engage.
Yeah, the fuel scoop on this ship is the biggest thing in the cargo bay. It's the largest fuel scoop there is, which means I can scoop fuel at, is it 1,000? I think it's what's it going to stop at? 1,245
Scoping complete.
tons a second. So yeah, it doesn't take long to fill up the fuel tanks. That's another rocky world there.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, so when I set off on the tour of the galaxy, I estimated it's going to be about 11,000 jumps, and that would take 250 hours to do the whole thing.
Fuel scoping complete.
Again, that was without taking into account all the amount of time I was spending on planets. So again, nothing in this system. So yeah, it's taking a lot longer. So I originally thought it would take probably about 6 to 8 months. I think that's going to be more like a year by the time I've completed the whole tour. Although these last 2 sectors have been very full of life, which slowed me down. Some sectors are almost entirely void of life, which means you can probably cross the whole sector in a day. But yeah, it's probably been two weeks in these last 2 sectors.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Right, so we have notable stellar phenomenon again, and I think we have, yeah, we've got water worlds. So we've got, looks like a couple of water worlds here. 52 planets, that's quite a lot. One of the places they went to in the Elite Dangerous stream this week on their whistle stop tour of the galaxy was the system that had the most amount of bodies in it. So I think there's like 152 bodies in the system. But again, this is the most we've seen today. 52 is quite a high number. So I should probably be looking to see if there's life on any of these planets. I've not been watching. So nothing so far. Yeah, with this amount, I'll be very surprised if there's not at least one planet with biology on there. Particularly as we have at least 2 water worlds, or yeah, it looks like there's at least 2 water worlds in the system. Geology 2. Nothing on that one. Right, that looks like a gas giant. So we've got some asteroid clusters as well, so I think there's probably going to be more than one star. I forgot to check. Yeah, no life on there. On there. That's that one done. Yeah, I think we have 2 stars in this system. Yeah, it would be very unusual to have that many. Biology 2. So that's 1 target. So whenever you find biology on a planet, normally the first one is bacteria. So there's another one with 2. And another one. And the second, the one after the bacteria are the interesting ones. So if it's just got 1 on it, I will scan it to see what it is. And if it's just bacteria, I won't actually go and visit the planet. So there's the first notable stellar phenomenon. And that's relatively close to a planet, so it could be. It doesn't look like this one is, but it could be in the rings of the planet. We've got a few more moons by the looks of it. Nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. What's that? That's just an odd planet. So there's still more stuff in it around that star. That'll be a water world. So that's the first water world, and that looks like that has Not sure if they're moons or other planets. They're small, whatever they are. Nothing on that one. Alright, that is an asteroid cluster. You can tell by the clicking. Alright, it's fully zoomed out now. Alright, so we have something behind the star there. There's at least two behind the star. Have to move before we can scan those. Looks like a rocky body and a small one. Nothing on that one. Two geology. That planet's got a few moons. Geology there. Oh, that was nothing. Oh, double check that. Yeah, nothing. What do we have here? Geology. Geology. Right, right. So I think are these ones behind? Yeah. Right. So there are. Right. So there's at least two. I suspect possibly the rest are behind the star. So let's see what we have. Yeah, so we've got a whole bunch missing from that gap there. Right, so the ones with life on it that we found so far were around this planet here. And where's the water world? We found one water world so far. It's possibly that one. Terrestrial water world, yeah. Right, so let's just fly around the star a little bit and do some more scanning. Normally I'd fly to the first destination, but as that is around a different star, it could take us a while to get there, and we don't have to come back again. So we'll just fly around the star a bit. And let's try from here. Right, there is. Right, that's our next water world. So that's probably where we go to next. Another gas giant. So I imagine most of what's left are moons around this gas giant. Right, so no biology on any of those. And
System scan complete.
right, okay. Right, so that where's the notable stellar phenomenon? Is that's around the other star as well. Alright, so let's just go to the water world around this star, and then we'll head off to the other star. And is that it? Oh, that'll be it there. Yeah. So, yeah, a water world is worth about 1.6 million for the data. Now, if it is terraformable, that would be worth about 3.2 million, which is roughly the same as an Earth-like world. So Earth-like world's coming in about 3.6 million, I think. So that's why we're scanning the water worlds, ammonia worlds, and Earth-like worlds. They are the most valuable worlds. And also we're stopping in those systems because systems with water worlds are more likely to have notable stellar phenomenon. And I'm guessing, I'm not sure if this is true, because again I haven't done any testing in systems without water worlds, but I'm also suspecting that there's a higher chance that there'll be plant life in the system as well. Right, so we've fired the probes off now to scan that planet. So that's the probe hitting the front. If we now switch to the back view.
Surface scan by 50%.
My key binding to switch to the back view has stopped working. There we go. I just came out right. So yeah. So the back view looks like we missed the middle. So let's just go a little bit further out. So yeah, if we switch to the back view, and we should see when it hits it. So though it is flying around the back of the planet, just sort of. Yeah, there we go.
Surface scan complete.
That's the planet mapped. And right, so now we want to head off to the other star, which looked like it was about 16,000 light seconds away. When the system map wakes up, of course it's 52 planets, it's going to take it a little bit longer to download all the data. Oh no. I've just crashed into the star. That's probably why I was going into the planet. Not so much crashed into it, but it got close enough that the safety protocols come into effect and drop you out of super cruise.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Right, let's try that again. So system map. Right, so it was these 3 moons here, and the water world, which I think is that one, terrestrial water world. Yeah. Right, I was scanning planets that were candidates for terraforming. I've stopped doing that now because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get to 5-star elite in exploration when we get, by the time I finish this tour. So I may start doing that at the end if it looks like I won't get to the 5-star elite. But yeah, so this is 16,000 light years, light seconds. So I'm going to point in there. So this will probably take about 5 minutes to get there. So I will, I'm going to put on the news. I'm going to go off for a little break again. So yeah, so I'm going to put on the news and I'll be back in a couple of minutes, just in time for us to get there.
Dredger Clan resumes nomadic travels. Pilots Federation alert. The Scrivener's Clan Dredger has departed from the Utjost PC CC290 system to an unknown destination. Freelance reporter Casey Kilpatrick provided a report for Vox Galactica. After a coalition of supporters helped them to bypass Orion University's override codes, the Scrivener's Clan has finally resumed their nomadic lifestyle. To its credit, the university has finally taken stock of public opinion and agreed not to pursue its ownership claims over the ancient dredger. Many in the scientific community have pointed out that the contents of the knowledge core, around which the Scrivener's entire culture is based, will now remain a mystery. There are rumors that this tribe of academic researchers have acquired data about the Guardians during their decades of wandering, which was perhaps the real prize sought by Orion University. Concerns have also been raised about the Scrivener's chances of survival if they encounter hostile forces. Had the Scientia Eterna megaship been allowed to accompany the dredger, it could have offered protection or at least called for assistance. Now that the Scrivener's Clan have resumed a solitary existence, their fate is once again entirely in their hands. Empire celebrates newborn Duval. Pilots Federation alert. A new chapter in the Duval family's history has begun with the birth of Hadrian Augustus Duval's son. The announcement was made by the Imperial Herald. Lady Astrid Minerva Duval, wife of Hadrian Duval, has delivered a baby boy at an undisclosed secure location while under senatorial protection. The child has been named Hector Mordanticus Duval. This is in honor of Hadrian's late father Hector Jansen, who was Emperor Hengist's illegitimate son, as well as Imperator Caeso Mordanticus, who played a major role in both Hadrian and Astrid's lives. Despite Hadrian not being an official member of the imperial family, many citizens are jubilant at the arrival of a new Duval. The Imperial Palace, Princess Aisling Duval and Chancellor Anders Blaine have all sent messages of congratulation. Praetor Leo Magnus, who was Hadrian Duval's head of security, has resigned his temporary commission from ACT to assume leadership of Nova Parisa. The faction has organized an initiative to gather rare commodities for its former leader to celebrate the historic occasion. Pilots are asked to deliver Chateau de Aegean, HR 7221 wheat, Indy Bourbon, and Yasso Condi leaf to Dyson City in the Parisa system. All shipments will be subject to security scanning before being redirected to a suitable location. Battle of Madrid ends in NMLA defeat. Pilots Federation alert. The Neo-Marlinist Order of Madrid has been defeated by the Epsilon Fornarchus Empire group in the Madrid system. With the aid of many independent pilots, the Imperial faction outmatched the NMLA supporting forces who were attempting to rescue their leader Theta 7. Captain Saskia Landau provided an update from ACT. Using the fierce fighting as cover, Captain Milo Castile led a commando unit made up of specialists from Alliance, Federal and Imperial security forces to gain access to the Steel Majesty. After freeing and arming the crew members that were being held hostage, they overpowered the NMLA troops and retook the megaship. We have successfully prevented Theta 7 and his followers from rejoining their fellow terrorists. But the Far God cult's vessel, the Sacrosanct, is still in the system under his control. Until the man responsible for hundreds of thousands of deaths has been captured, our victory over the NMLA remains incomplete. The Epsilon Fornarchus Empire group stated that those who supported its campaign can now receive their rewards from Payne Scott City Starport. The Imperial faction also agreed that independent pilots who fought for the Neo-Marlinist Order of Madrid will be permitted to collect payment from the Steel Majesty, which has been transferred to their ownership. Thargoid invasion of nebula systems in...
Right, okay, so I caught a bit of that news there, so more about the dredger and the university or wherever it was giving up their claim to the dredger, and a bit about the Far God cult, which I've not really been following. Yeah, this has all been happening since I've left the bubble. But yeah, it's interesting to hear what's been going on. Right, so nearly at the water world now. Right, so yeah, when the planet is the same size as the arc, the orange arc, generally speaking, that means you're close enough to scan it. So this one says it needs 7 probes. My probes are slightly have increased range, so I'll probably do it in 4. So I'll fly 1 at the front and 1 or 3 at the back. And that will normally get the whole planet, so that's pretty much the whole of the front scanned. So 1 at the back. So we're looking at the back view now.
50%.
There we go, 100% scanned. Right, okay, right, off to the planets with life on. Oh. Yeah, wrong button there, I don't want the galaxy map. I want the system map. Right, okay. So these are only 600 light seconds away. It shouldn't take us too long to get to those. They are all in orbit. They're all moons orbiting the same planet. So once we get to one, it's not going to be very far to get between them. Right, so if you're not an Elite Dangerous player, let me explain what the different lines on the screen mean. The long lines that go all the way along the screen, they're orbit lines of the planets. And we see there are circles around each planet, or ovals, and they're the orbit lines of the moon around the planet. The blue circles around the planet, they sort of to give you an idea of how big they are. So as you get closer to them, they will get bigger until at such point the bigger one is too big to sort of recognise, and that will fade away, and you'll get another one appear that's smaller. So it's just to give you an idea of how close you are or how fast you're approaching it. Yeah, so we see another blue circle's just appeared in the middle, and as we get closer the outer one will fade away. There we go, it's faded away. So yeah, we can see sort of have an idea of how fast we're actually approaching the planet just by looking at the blue circles. Now when you get to very close to a planet, you'll see a dark blue circle around it, and that is representing the point at which you will drop out of warp if you go inside that black, dark blue circle. So yeah, see this planet is now got blue circles. We're pressing it a bit too fast. Just saw a glimpse there of the dark blue circle around it. So let's turn around. Yeah, so we've got the light blue circle there around you now. If we get a bit closer, we'll see. Let's scan it first before we get any closer. It's just probably far more than I needed. It only needed 2. I've just fired 4 at it.
Surface scan by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Yeah. Right, so the blue areas on the planet are the areas of life, and that is currently showing bacterium. The other thing we have on there is Fonticula, which is where we'll go. And we'll go for an area between daylight and night time. Now we see the dark blue circle there. So the dark blue circle sort of represents the area where you can sort of be in the atmosphere of the planet, even if it doesn't have an atmosphere. And the yellow circle much closer to the planet, that indicates where you will drop out of supercruise. So what we are looking for is a completely turquoise area, which there's quite a lot of here, so it's not going to be hard to find. The speckly blue areas, there is some of the life form that's selected, but it's further apart. It looks like we've got a quite pot-marked planet. Yeah, so we've just hit the yellow line, which is the I think it's DRP line, which is where you drop out of supercruise and heading to glide, which is what we're doing at the moment. And as soon as you come out of glide, which you've just done, we lose the heat map. So we now want to find somewhere nice and flat to land. Right, so there's a couple of types of Fonticula. The ones that look like big mushrooms, and there's ones that look like cacti, blue jelly cactuses, and these are the mushroom type ones. So put the landing gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
Right, so it's just quite a small landing spot there. Right. Oh, right. I want to be in the SRV. Don't want to be on foot. Let's get out again. This time in the SRV.
Drive assist on. Low gravity warning.
Right, let's go and scan some of these. Right, I think this is the amethyst variety,
Drive assist off.
which is the most common of pretty much everything that I found.
Warning. Dangerously low temperature detected.
Right, so it's 45 Kelvin on this planet, so it's nice and cool. Yeah, it's amethyst. Right, just log that. Right, so we go around and see if we can find 2 more of
Drive
those.
assist on.
We have to go 500 meters between samples. So that's head towards the sun a bit. See if we can see any bacterium while we're in the air.
Chassis integrity compromised.
Oh, I landed on one that I didn't even see. Alright, that will do.
Drive assist off.
So you can see there the light shines through it. On this side it doesn't look translucent. On the other side it looks very, very glassy. Right, so screenshot on this planet. What have we got? Oh, there is the planet over there. Let's try and get that in. Right, okay, let's go to the camera suite. It's the wrong side, we've got the other side. Alright, let's zoom in on the planet, get the planet as big as possible. Do we want to get the whole of the SRV in? Go back a little bit further. Alright, okay, screenshot there. Alright, just need to get the name of the planet we're on, save the screenshot. Right, so I've got to go and scan one more of those, and then we'll head off to the next moon, which I imagine will also have the same stuff on it.
Drive assist on.
What's that? Is that the rock that I nearly landed on? Alright, not seeing anything in that direction. Let's turn towards the ship a little bit more. There's some in front of us. Right, so the new SRV is going to be available next week, which will be a combat one. Again, I'm not going to be able to buy one of those until I get back to civilization. So and that is a two-seater SRV, so you can have two people in it.
Drive assist.
I imagine one person can control the guns on the top and one person can drive it, which should be good. I don't think there's actually been any screenshots released of what it's going to look like yet. It's just some suggested artist impressions. But I think they did mention you can choose which weapon it has. So yeah, you'll be able to upgrade your SRVs by the sounds of it. Right, so right, that said, I'm pretty sure that said partially analysed. That should be the. Right, so this should say already. Right, so it is saying already analysed now. Yep, so that's this moon done. We'll go back to the ship now and head off to the next moon.
Drive assist on.
Yeah, so with the SRVs you can drive, and they also have a limited amount of thrust to hover. I imagine the there's a crash. Oh, just missed it. I imagine the combat SRV, the new one, will probably have a little bit less hover and probably slower speed, but much better armor and shields. Again, taking this current SRV into a combat zone. You can pretty much just sit in your SRV and shoot anybody that's on foot. I haven't been into a combat zone since the troops at bases have shotguns or rocket launchers, so the rocket launchers can destroy SRVs.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
So yeah, it's not all in the SRV's favour if you're in a combat zone now. Oh, there's some like blue zones there. That's interesting. Anyway, off into space.
Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Now we're in frameshift drive. We'll search for the plodder route to the next planet. Right, so 4 light seconds away, we're going to have to get out of the gravity well of the planet that we're in, which we're still doing. So yeah, we're now at an altitude of over 1,000 feet, but the speed we're doing is still a long way below the speed of light. We're just doing 1,000 kilometers a second, so it's now it's megameters. Yeah, so when you get up to 30 megameters a second, it converts the speed from megameters to a fraction of the speed of light. So yeah, we'll slow down when the planet gets to be about the same size as the Ark, and we'll scan that again.
Surface scan by 50%.
Alright, so yeah, it's probably the same stuff on the planet again. So we'll head down. That's interesting shadow.
Orbital flight engaged.
Oh, right, they aren't quite as intense areas as I thought they were. Alright, there we go. That looks like a solid turquoise zone there. Yeah, so we're looking at that flat region there. It's maybe flat enough to see bacteria as well. A little bit hard.
Landing gear deployed. Drive assist on. Low gravity warning. Drive assist off.
So we're going to see the star over there, and some of the larger planets around it. So I think this is Amethyst as well. It didn't tell me what it was. Did I complete the scan? Oh, that's strange. It didn't tell me what it was.
Drive assist on. Drive assist off.
Warning. Dangerously low temperature detected.
Yeah, it is amethyst. Oh, there's a screenshot there. All right, let's. All right, let's get the camera out. And get the ship in there as well. Yeah, I'll take that as a screenshot. Yeah, so I'm using paint to take the screenshots rather than just pressing F10. Because pressing F10 creates BMPs, which means they have to be converted to JPEGs before they can be uploaded online. So yeah, if you take, just using Alt print screen to take the screenshots and save those with paint, and I'll give it the name of the planet so that I know where they are. Right, so that's 2 down. Let's go and find another sample.
Drive assist on.
They're probably a little bit too close. Let's go a little bit further away. Those ones over there should be good. Oh, I think I've just spotted some bacteria. No, that wasn't bacteria, unless. Yeah, no, that wasn't bacteria, that was just a dip in the ground. Again, this is an icy planet, so I've never found. I know it's on icy planets. I've never actually found it.
Drive assist off.
We'll go a little spin to see if we can find bacteria, because it's quite smooth around here, which means we can cover a lot of distance quickly.
Drive assist on.
Right. Right, so the easiest way I found to find bacteria is get up to full speed and then get some altitude. And what we are looking for is grey circles on the ground. I think probably one of the reasons I've not found it on icy worlds like this one is because there's not a great deal of difference between colour of the ground and the bacterium. All that looked like a possibility there. Where was it? Again, it may have just been a shadow in a dip in the ground. Let's get out and have a quick look. Alright, that's the spot I suspected it was in. I've got a feeling now this is just a shadow in the ground. Yeah. Right, so I'm going to give up on the bacteria. I think the sun's actually rising. It's turning out to be a nice morning on this moon.
Drive assist on.
Right, so one more moon in this system.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
I can't see any bacteria from the ship either.
Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging.
Right, so into frameshift drive.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Right, while we're gaining some altitude, we'll plot in the route to the next moon again. Yeah, I've got another ice world. Right, so we're building speed again. Escaping the gravity well of the planet or the moon we've just left. Right, let's map the planet again. It looks icy. Said it was an ice world. Again, I can't imagine it's going to be much hotter than the last one, which was minus, or this was 45 Kelvin. What was 45 Kelvin? Minus
50%. Surface scan complete.
minus 100 and on about minus 160. Right. So we have again, same as the last planet. So we're aiming somewhere just on the light side of the day-night line. And the reason why I do that is to get good screenshots. If we find the areas of sunset, of sunrise, have the most pronounced atmosphere. So we see by looking at the top there, the atmosphere goes from a sort of orange near the planet's surface to green or yellow turquoise a little bit higher up. Right, I haven't really been looking where we're going to land.
Landing gear deployed.
We've got some plants there already.
Drive assist on. No gravity warning.
Yes, we've got a slightly green atmosphere higher up and sort of orangey brown on the horizon.
Drive assist off.
Warning. Dangerously low temperature detected.
Right, so what we're going to do for a screenshot on this planet. Alright, it's got quite a nice sunset. I think I'm going to go and take a screenshot from the nose of the ship. My paint job is... Oh, can I get that blue bit in there as well? Right, let's see. See if again it look like I'm working on the ship. Right, okay. Right, what do the gestures do? There's a point, wave, take off. I didn't mean to do that. Oh no, how did that happen? Dead. I don't know what that's going to do. Why the hell did the ship take off? I did not do anything there that should have made the ship take off. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to be. Let's see what happens. Right, so redeploy. Right, so I'll be in a vessel in atmosphere. Right, right. I don't know if I've just lost all that data or not. Confirm and redeploy. Yeah, the ship hasn't been destroyed, so I don't think I'll lose the data from the planets, but I have absolutely no idea whether I've lost the plant data or not. Why the hell that took off, I don't know. I've probably left the SRV on the planet somewhere. Have we got an SRV in the hold? Yeah, so that one is missing. Alright, so why that did that, I don't know. Right, okay. Let's go back down. Alright, I'm not going to be able to phone in the SRV again, I don't think.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right, that is extremely
Ready to
annoying.
engage.
The only thing I can think of is one of the gestures. I just did a point. One of the gestures tells the ship where to go. Yeah, I mean, the fact that you can do that from the camera suite, I don't... it wants me to go upwards. Right. Well, that's off to the next system, which we don't want to go to yet.
Frameshift drive charging.
Unfortunately, I don't think it allows you to have a look at your data to see how many
Engage.
planets or plants you've got stored in it, which is a bit annoying. Right, actually before, let's switch mode again. Yeah, we're still in the right region. Right, so as far as I'm aware, the only way to get the ship to launch is by going to the dismiss menu. I don't think there's a hotkey for dismissing the ship when you're on foot. Landing gear down.
Landing gear
Right, it
deployed.
might tell me which direction the SRV is from the planet's surface, so we might be able to go back and find it. Right, yeah, losing the SRV is not major hassle. I do have another one, and I can get the SRV back when we get to the next fleet carrier. That will reappear when we do a repair.
Landing gear retracted. Landing gear deployed.
Right, we appear to be on the other side of the planet from last time because I can see the gas giant that we are orbiting. Right, let's have an experiment to see why the ship took off. Right, so I was in the camera suite. I was kneeling down. Let's turn it around, look at the ship. I was controlling the avatar and seeing what the different... Yeah. Right, so the point function dismisses your ship. I'm sure I have pointed before without the ship getting dismissed. Why that should dismiss the ship? Right, let's look at the options for controls. Right. So point is number 1. Is there anything else? Miscellaneous, nothing else there. Right, so nothing in there, nothing else in the... I can't even see anything in that. It says to dismiss the ship. Right, so the only thing I can think of is it's to do with this in-game marker. And pointing sends a ship off to the in-game marker. But I'm sure I have pointed in the past and it hasn't launched a ship. Right, back to the game. Right, so yeah, normally to get the ship, you need to just come back out of the camera view. You have to open this menu, go to the side and click on recall ship or dismiss ship. Now, why pointing should do that, I don't know. But I definitely can't do that while I'm in the camera suite. Yeah, you can't see the side menu when you're in the camera suite. Right, right, so there is the, that's a ship. The SRV is not on my radar, so that is lost. Just make sure, let's see if... Right, see what happens if I point when I'm not in the ship. Okay, just pointed. Right, so pointing not in the camera suite doesn't do anything. Right, now that isn't doing anything. Right, I... Don't know why that happened. Not a clue. Doing precisely the same thing that I did before, and now... right, was it because I Right now. Right, don't know why. All right, if I haven't lost the data, I don't really care. If I have, I'm really annoyed. It's going to take me a long time to work out whether I've lost that data or not, because I'm nowhere near anywhere to test it. Right, let's go back to the ship, get the SRV, and continue. Right, get the SRV out.
Drive assist on. Low gravity warning.
Right, I'm just going to look to see. Oh, I can't do that. Maybe in the ship. See if there's any way of telling to see how much data you've got collected. But right, okay.
Drive assist off.
Warning. Dangerously low temperature detected.
All right, so that could have been 120 scans. I've just lost the whole of the two most populated sectors in the galaxy. And that was the first of 3 scans. I did 1 scan before, so it looks like I did lose that data.
On.
So again, I didn't get any SRV, so that data was on me.
Drive assist off.
Warning. Dangerously low temperature
It's too
detected.
close.
Drive assist on.
Right, so the fuel's getting a bit low on this SRV, so it'd be a good idea to stock that up now. Where is it? Refuel. There we go.
Fuel replenished. Drive assist off.
Warning. Dangerously low temperature detected.
Drive assist on. Drive assist off.
Warning. Dangerously low temperature detected.
Drive assist on. Drive assist off.
Warning. Dangerously low temperature detected.
Drive assist on.